Congressman John Lewis, who you serve with, Democrat, told on Meet the Press that he did not consider Donald Trump a legitimate president. Your reaction to that?
Well, look, Donald Trump won this election fair and square. 30 out of 50 states, including Georgia. More counties than any Republican candidate since Ronald Reagan. And to hear John Lewis, a man that I served with, that I respect, to question the legitimacy of the election and to say that Donald Trump will not be a legitimate president was deeply disappointing to me. And also to hear that he was not going to attend the inauguration this Friday. I hope he reconsiders both statements. Look, this is a time when we're facing real challenges at home and abroad. And I believe the inauguration ceremony itself and this moment in history would greatly benefit if we set aside these baseless assertions about the legitimacy of the election and we looked for ways to come together, to work together. And the president-elect actually, in a tweet late last night, invited Congressman Lewis to work with us to bring more prosperity, better schools, more safety to our cities around the country.
Let me ask you about a tweet he sent before that tweet, in which he defended himself, famous counterpuncher. Donald Trump said that John Lewis was all talk and no action. I've got a question. He has every right to defend himself. Let me ask you about the wisdom of defending himself. For 5 years, Donald Trump questioned the legitimacy of Barack Obama, said he wasn't born in America, was really the chief advocate of this so-called birther idea. Given that history, given that he's about to be president, why swing at this pitch? Couldn't he have just let it go by, be the bigger man, let John Lewis do his thing, move on? He's about to be president of the United States. As you say, all those challenges, bringing the country together. Why swing at this pitch?
Well, I just, as you said, Donald Trump has every right to defend himself. And to have someone...
But he did challenge the legitimacy of President Obama, so why not
but
just
to
let
have
it go?
Someone like John Lewis, who, look, I served with John. I disagreed with him on most issues, but I had tremendous respect for him. And my family and I walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge with him on the 65th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. We honor the sacrifice that he made, but part of the result of what happened on Bloody Sunday and the courage that he showed was the Voting Rights Act. And so for someone of his stature, not just in the civil rights movement, but in voting rights, to make a comment that he did not consider Donald Trump to be a legitimate president, I think is deeply disappointing. Look, I attended both of Barack Obama's inaugurations, one as a congressman and one as a governor, because I believe inaugurations are a moment when we should come together around that individual who has been elected to be President of the United States of America. Donald Trump said it on election night, John, that he's determined to be president of all of the people of this country. And I do hope that John Lewis will reconsider his statement, but also will reconsider attending the inauguration. Will join us so that we can come together to take on the intractable problems that have been facing Americans, particularly too many families in our inner cities that are beset by unsafe streets, failing schools, and the lack of jobs and opportunities.